This is the Red Arrow Show with me, Josh Everton, Andy Simcox, Alan Smith, and Craig Wood, the usual four. We're going to let Al have his 5 minutes about yesterday's dramatic 2-1 win against Leyton Orient, and then we're going to preview Shrewsbury Town. Let's get into it.
Al. Easy, Al.
So, Al, obviously, yesterday we left it very, very late, but eventually it did come away with not just 1 point, but 3 points, which from a side that at one point this season hadn't turned around a losing position in over 600 days. We've now done it multiple times this season, and against a side who had not lost after taking the lead this season.
We did, didn't we? And what a smashing grab raid that was yesterday. Amazing last 9 minutes. But poor goal to concede yet again. Jordan should have done better with that one. They shouldn't, we should have been probably 2 goals up before they, same at Bolton, we should have been 2 goals up before they went at lead. And then all Leyton Orient did yesterday, once they went at lead, they put men behind ball. They lays that ball and says, come and break us down. And yeah, we struggled. We struggled to get behind them. We struggled. And their keeper, unbelievable, Solomon Bryn, who's also like Liam Roberts on loan from Middlesbrough, he had a stormer, same as, Craig said. He's not let many in. He's been good in between sticks. And definitely he was good. I mean, unlucky for Luke Connell, that first shot, what just went past at Pontien. And then you're thinking, this is it's going on. And all of a sudden, it's going to be one of them days. We've lost it. And then all of a sudden, referee decides to pop up and keep getting cards out on about 80 minutes. And then we get a good goal, MDG ball over for Mr. Phillips to run in. He didn't look at keeper and flicked header straight in. First time keeper and made a mistake, I thought. And we pounced on that one. And then unbelievable sending off a Luke Connell for just telling referee, come on, tell him to get on with it. They're wasting time after we'd scored. Phillips come back, put ball on centre spot and wanting to kick off. And no, they weren't going to have any of it. And then other cards kept coming. I mean, he went mad. I mean, I thought Gary Willard's son had started refereeing for some apparent reason, where things were carrying off. And then what a ball by O'Keefe. On 6 minutes, 7 minutes into additional 6 minutes into additional time. What a ball in, and Phillips to get onto that. Oakwell erupted. And I entered a sound like that inside Oakwell for ages, honestly, truthfully. And credit to them for 10 men for fighting back and coming away with 3 points and going on to Shrewsbury now. It was an amazing afternoon.
Do you think it's one of the results that obviously you mentioned there, Oakwell erupted, and it seems like one of those pivotal moments that I think more or less every side has when they're in a promotion push, that this is now the time, because it puts us 4 points behind top 2 with a game in under second place as well. Al?
Yeah, it does. I mean, referee got us going. No disrespect. It was silent again. We didn't have an atmosphere, but once referee started brandishing cards and missing things, it erupted. We call referees, but the referee yesterday got us 3 points.
I said it in post-match. I said that as soon as Oakwell started making noise, the players responded. And this is what I've been saying for weeks and weeks and weeks now. We're not loud enough at home. And everybody's complaining about his own form. Get behind the lads and this is how they respond. You've got to do it. And I thought we did yesterday. I thought we felt some injustice. And it was injustice. So just fans just get behind the team. Sing all game again. Like we did when we were about 3 years ago. The place, I mean, it was rocking every game. Let's get behind them again.
Yeah, I think Neil Collins made reference to that in his post-match as well, of saying, like, you could see once everyone had got there was that unity between fans and players due to sort of the injustice, that everyone just came together, and then it culminated, obviously, that last 10 minutes, or as Al's trying to do steps 5, 6, 7, 8, with how long we had done when we scored. That we actually did manage to turn it around. Andy, you got anything else to add
I don't think I mentioned referee instant reaction show at all. I don't think it came up.
Or was it Ross Joyce? Was it Mr. Joyce by chance?
Well, I'll tell you what. I know where they're going to go with Batman franchise. They started off with Jack Nicholson, then went on to Heath Ledger, then on to Joaquin Phoenix. He's going to be fourth Joker when it comes back to the screen. I'll tell you that. Because he was, oh dear God. I think I've seen. Look, I think me and Craig said, if I said lost the plot, like a lot of people have said, I think I'd be being kind. I think I have no idea what was going through his head.
He snapped. He just snapped.
Luke
After we scored, that's it.
I'll not go on about it. The tackles going in, which, for some really unnecessary tackles and, nothing. Time wasting, nothing. Luke O'Connell says, come on, look at him. Second booking, off you go. So we're missing him the next match. That's just, why you can't just have a word with somebody like that. But you're right, we'd got up when he started brandishing him, but I think he lost his head. And, that's
His
my view.
composure just went.
Can anybody explain why Corey O'Keefe got booked?
I've absolutely. Well, even booked our manager and all, didn't he? I think he suddenly realised he'd got a pack of cards in his pocket and needed to get them out of his pocket because they're taking up too much room. Brandon, thank God there ain't blue cards available yet. Otherwise, we'd have been playing with our goalie at the centre half, and that'd have been it. So all a bit nonsensical, but fair enough for us. They took their goal well, as Alan said. It was a mistake, but he took it well, and we know that George Moncur were happy about getting it in and pulling it back and getting it in.
I forgot to mention that yesterday. Their manager played a blinder by taking him off because he was keeping Luke O'Connell tied down. As soon as he went off the pitch, Luke O'Connell was free again, and he could dictate play. And I think that, along with fetching Cosgrove on, I think that's what changed the game, because he was tied to Luke O'Connell all game, and he was annoying the hell out of me because he actually showed energy for them, and he never did for us.
I think he's a really good player, but it's not the skill or the talent, it's the application. I think he probably had to come off though, Craig, because if he were out like for us, there's no way. I mean, I'd have kept him on, but no way the last 90 minutes he'd have been all right. They'd have been playing with 10 men, like we were. So
yeah, because I can remember when I saw his number go up, I turned around to Amir and I says, "They're taking Moncur off." He says, "Well, that's going to change things." I says, "Because Luke O'Connell will be free now."
Yeah,
and it did.
He's got an interesting rivalry with us, hasn't he? Ever since he did that thing at Luton, saying
what he did on the stage after he left us. That's what annoyed me.
I think it's
like
just
we paid your wages for God knows how long, and you can act like that.
Yeah,
it kept on social media that yesterday.
It did.
Yeah, it's no integrity.
It's a shame because I liked him. I thought he was a great talent, but I think he let us send down, Paul. After he left us. But,
it's just unlucky, George. Unlucky, George. Yesterday, unlucky.
Try a bit more.
Right. Looking forward then now, as we are. I'm just going to call it a promotion charge. Let's go for it. Let's go all in. There we go. To Shrewsbury Town. So, manager Paul Hurst, top scorer Daniel Udoh with 6, sat 19th in the league, form patchy at best, 3 losses, a draw and a win in the last 5. Key player Che Dunkley, formation 4-3-3, which they've only used in the last 3 games with 1 win, 1 draw, 1 loss against Northampton, Cambridge and Derby yesterday, which was the draw. And key stat is they're the joint lowest scorers in the league with 22. Al, obviously Shrewsbury is, to me, there's one of them sides that I don't know why, but I feel like we always struggle against them. I remember that season against when it was Stendhal's season, and I'm sure we lost away from against them. Then I think we struggled against them home and away.
Me too. I think we lost, didn't
we?
It's not a place where we go and really get a result, is it? At Shrewsbury, and yesterday they come back on, I think, 87th minute and got an equaliser at Derby, and you can't knock that going to Derby. And what Derby did to us, the only team what's beat us away this season, and getting a point. So on Tuesday night, definitely going to be up for it, playing against us, aren't they? They're going to want to put a show on, same as what Lincoln did. So It's not going to be easy. We're going to be out Luke Connell. So we've got John Russell to look forward to coming back in. I'm
Maybe,
assuming.
might not be.
Well, who else is there then?
Well, he could play Herbie Kane there and bring Conor Grant on. Who knows? There's lots of things.
There's Conor Grant.
Grant in midfield, isn't there? Probably. I forgot about
midfield again.
Yeah, we should be all right then. I think instead of Russell, it'll be Grant who comes in for Connell then. So I don't think he'll change side much. He'll stick with it. And we've got to go out on front foot yet again when we go away from home, which we usually do. And no fear, if that don't incentivize the team now to go and push for it, then what can?
In what, Alan? In what?
Put my teeth in.
What come what? Sorry.
I just made up a new word there.
Sunday morning now. Don't worry, Alex. Sunday morning. Say what you want.
It is early. It is early. Craig, as Al said, they're not a happy hunting ground for us necessarily. But when you look at sort of their form and where they are in the league, it's one of those games that we'd be expecting to win this one, especially if we are sort of serious about pushing for that top two. Well, I'd probably say second place now.
Yeah, and it being away and as away form, by any metrics, they've got a 0 to no chance of beating us, which is exactly probably the reason why they're going to beat us.
Yeah,
because it shouldn't happen. They've not been great all season. They've been flip-flopping formations. You know, the manager he was star boy about 4 or 5 years ago, wasn't he? But not so much anymore. The player to watch out for, obviously, on their team's Jordan Shipley. I think he's a really good midfielder. Tom Bayliss as well is somebody that I've admired for a few years now. But 1 win in 5, they've not had a great season. They're averaging about 3 shots a game on target, which is like, I think it's like the 5th worst. So yeah, but by all metrics, we should be beating these pretty handsomely, a good 3-0 win. But that's the exact reason why it's probably going to be really tight. So, but we've got to beat him just because they've got a former Didar as the captain, Che Dunkley. They've got Morosi in goal, who used to play for Donny. You know, so if you need any encouragement, just think of all the ex-rival players they are in their team, and we might get get up for it a bit more.
Yeah, that might be that could be a secret ingredient to it then, maybe for us to turn it around. And obviously a side that are not scoring many, but also conceding a fair few as well. Obviously, minus 20 goal difference. So they're not necessarily a watertight defense, and it's something that we should be looking to, as Al said, sort of go and set the tone and go win this game ourselves rather than letting it play into our hands kind of thing. Just go and set our tone and set our style and play it onto them.
The only thing that's going to beat us on Tuesday is complacency or thinking that we're going to win. If we turn up and play like we know we can play, anything like what we can play, then we should be all right. They've scored 22 goals in 31 league games. 22 goals. Top scorer, what's his name? Udo.
Yeah,
Daniel Udo. He scored 8 goals. Not knocking him because you can only score if you get the chances. They've conceded 42 goals in 31 games. So, you know, it's roughly, whatever that works out to be, about 1.5 goals a game. So they're not doing well. They'll be fighting for it, though, like they did against Derby, as Alan said, a late equaliser. So thank you for, if naught else, thank you for that, Shrewsbury. That helped us no end. So well done with that. 3 minutes to go. Brilliant. 3 points above the drop zone, 19th place. 3 points. So, you know, it tells its own story. This is for us now, isn't it? We've got this game and we need to concentrate on this game. And then we play away to Bottom Fleetwood. So the next 2 games, before we then get Older Derby, next 2 games could make a big difference to us. Got to start with this one. They've not won at home for a bit. First of January. 1st of January, I think, what the last time that they won at home against Fleetwood. So they've lost 4 of the last 6 at home. So if that don't give us the fillip to get on and take the game to them, and you know, cement our place, certainly in the playoffs and looking upwards, as Neil Collins has said, looking upwards, then I don't know what will. they've lost. Those 4 games they've lost at home. Last those 4 games, they lost to Pompey, they lost to Peterborough, Stevenage, and then the last one, Cambridge. So they've lost. Although it's 4 at home, they've lost to some good sides. Hopefully, we'll make it 5 because we're a good side. I agree with Craig about some of the players that they've got. I'd also throw in, although he was a sub yesterday, Aidan O'Brien's always been a decent player, I think. One that you got to watch for. And of course, remember they've got Jason Sahaha that used to be one of our juniors that came on, and I expected big things of him, and he's had to go elsewhere to try and do it. He didn't play yesterday, but he has done this season. So, I want the best for him, an ex-Barnsley player. I want him. And Paul Hurst, as Craig says, he were a good player and then a good manager at Chesterfield, and then when he went to went around a bit, when he went to Ipswich, and it didn't work out for him. But then again, others have gone to Ipswich, and it's gone wrong for him. It don't mean he's a bad manager, but he were a darling, say 4 or 5 years ago, but not so much now. But he's got something to prove. Well, hopefully he'll start proving it next weekend rather than Tuesday night. I honestly can't see us losing this at all. But you never know. They've got to shoot, and they've got to get it on target to score. And I'm not sure they will. Get Donovan on. I want to sing hurdy-gurdy, man. Get Donovan on. I know it don't mean out to you, Josh. I know it don't mean out, Josh, to you, but it does to me and Alan.
I want to give some extra incentive as well to Devante. Jamie Reed's just equalised with you as top goal scorer. So, if you want an easy team, well, easy in terms of where they are in the league, team to get a few goals against,
Come on, Devante, sort it out.
It might be Tuesday night, might be a night to try and get clear again.
Sort it out, Devante.
He's due for another hat trick, isn't he?
That's it, yeah.
Al, do you reckon? I mean, I have no idea what you're about, Andy, in terms of Donovan, but you have mentioned a Donovan.
Whoa!
So
I think what you need to do is to get on Google and get or Spotify, wherever, and get Donovan on. Get listening to such as Hurdy-Gurdy Man and Jennifer Juniper, folk singer of the 60s and 70s. Sort yourself out, Josh.
No,
we look forward. We're not looking back.
I apologise for not being born in the 60s and 70s and growing up with that music.
I'll tell you his full name.
Oh,
Donovan Phillips Leitch. There you go. He's got Phillips as his middle name.
There you go then. Adam then.
What I want to focus on is the Donovan part of that. Do you think this will be the first time which you see Donovan Pine start? I'll think it's because it feels to me like a good game to bring him in. You don't want to chuck him in straight away at Derby. Because that feels like a bit of a baptism of fire of this was like higher quality. It almost feels like a nice game to just ease him into what it's like in English football.
I don't think we'll see him start, to be honest. I think he'll come and get some minutes off bench in the second half. Probably might see him at Fleetwood for his full debut. But I think it's a bit too early, personally, on Tuesday night to put him into the fold. So we'll have to see what Collins' selection is. If it had gone well yesterday, what I heard, what Tracy said, that I think he were going to come on and get some minutes if we were all going to plan, but it didn't go to plan at all, did it? So we didn't see him in a red shirt yesterday. And going back to playing Shrewsbury, Andy will remember this. We used to love game header going to Old Ground. You used to like seeing a gentleman getting paid, sat in a boat in river, collecting balls, what went over at stand. You wouldn't know that one, you and Craig. That were game headers.
Yeah, they don't know how tall, do they?
It'd be cheaper just to put a big net up, wouldn't it?
Oh, Alan, there's no
I'd
hope,
like that
Alan,
job.
don't worry.
I'd like that job. I'd apply for that. Ball retriever.
Football fisherman.
Yeah, but
yeah, exactly. That'd be lovely, that.
It's in name,
be like hook and duck. be net a ball.
It's retriever though, Josh. You can't put it under your arm and leg it with it. That's not the job.
What if you just row away with ball? that it game over.
Row your boat.
With that, he kept the balls in the boat. If he got too many balls, it were ballast. It sunk.
What a job that is. Right, predictions. Craig, what you reckon to this one?
Well, I agree with Al. I don't think Pines will start. I think Collins has pretty much been consistent in being consistent with his lineups. We don't like to change it unless he's 100% sure it's going to work. But yeah, I expect him to get some minutes. But I think we're going to win pretty comprehensively. I'm going to go 3-0.
Well, I didn't know if you're going to chuck an Andy in then. We're going to win comprehensively 2-1. Andy,
Well, they ain't scored a goal a game, have they? 22 goals in 31 games.
Which is exactly why they're going to score 3.
It's good that you've got confidence, Craig. Good to see. So I can't see them scoring. I can't see them scoring unless it's from a set piece and Big Shay comes up and nods it in, because that's why I played Donovan. I mean, I don't know where Barry sits with this, because he spent a lot of time limping a bit. I'm surprised he didn't come off earlier, because he were limping from that first half. That tackle for most of it. His long throws were really helpful, I thought, which were a shame. But he needed to come off when he did, because you don't want long-term damage to a player for that. So I'd be surprised. Let's put it that way. I'd be surprised if Barry started. But his long throws are useful in that respect. Whether it's Donovan Pines that comes on, or whether, as I probably expect, it's Corey O'Keefe that starts on right. Who did all right when he came on. I thought he looked pretty good. We should be all right if we show the mentality to win and the strength at the back that we've got to have. We can't roll over. It were only one mistake, but it were a bit pappy, but it were only the one. So, they're going to have to do really well to it. So I can't see him scoring, if I'm honest. I just can't see him scoring. So I honestly believe that we're going to win 2-1.
Yep. Thought so. I could feel you're over-egging that they've not scored too much then.
Well, they haven't.
No,
We're telling you facts.
He always says 2-1 every time. It's 2-1.
You're over-egging it too much then.
Top of the table, not like your 3 Muppets. Top
because
of the
you keep
table.
sticking with obvious. You don't
It's
put
not
this out
obvious.
there.
It's not obvious. It's a win. It's a winning prediction. A winner.
I think 2-1 is the most. I think it's
the most resulted result.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
yeah, we're going to get there eventually.
Think this then. If 2-1 is the most, it's a result that comes up more often than anything else. Why don't your 3 Muppets go for 2-1?
Because I like the viewers to win. I don't like to have all the spotlight, Alan.
Oh, no. The viewers.
Andy, stop being the hurdy-gurdy man, will you? Stop being the hurdy-gurdy man.
They need something to aim for. Viewers. Come on, viewers. Prove me and Reese Pierce wrong. Let me tell you this. I will tell you this.
Oh, here we go.
The blue sheets out.
League tables out, and I'm at top of it.
I'm not going at league tables. I'm going to do league tables after Shrewsbury. 69 predictions. 53 for a home win, 12 for a draw, 4 for a defeat. 15 of us winners, so I'm not going to read them out now. I'll put it in comments. 50, well, I will if you really want. 15 of us got 2-1. 15 of us can't be wrong. And you watch, there'll be quite a lot of 15, quite a lot of 2-1s for Tuesday night. You watch. Because they know what they're talking about.
Nah, I blame Jordan Williams. I should have been 2-0, which was my prediction.
Good lad. Good lad. Keep it up, Jordan.
I want to know, where's these 3-3s at? That's, that one time where's, when it's a 2-2 and me and Al are laughing at that one time that we get a 2-2 draw. It's more fun, isn't it? 2-1 wins every week. Boring. Horrible way to predict. Al, what do you reckon then?
Well, how we played it last 2 games and creating chances and not putting them away, we're going to be clinical on Tuesday night. It can't all go, can it? We're going to be clinical. So I'm going for Adam Phillips, 3-0.
Wow. I hope you're right. I hope you're right.
That reminds me of that. Is clinical on back of your shirt there, Al?
I can't. I don't know. I can't see it. It definitely is. Yes, it's behind me.
There we go.
That's it.
It's behind me.
Wow.
Speaking of which, Josh, get your merch. Look at that. Look at that. A new cup. Beautiful. Great quality. Bit dear. There's some Discounts coming up that will post.
What a way to sell merch.
We
Dear,
don't set the
and that.
prices. We
And
don't
that.
set the prices. Can we just say
When did we start becoming a shopping channel?
Great quality. Well, I'm just telling you, great quality. And don't forget the new updated Tumbledown hero Bump Gerin.
or as we know him, Herbie Kane.
No, it's a Barry Cotter.
Yeah.
Yeah. But come on, you know it makes sense. It helps the channel as well.
Oh, well, after that little intermittent there between QVC and Red all over, we are now back.
Doing me bit.
And I'll round it off with my prediction. I'm gonna go 2-0. 2-0 win. Just a bit different from a 2-1, isn't it? Slight tweak on the formula for you there,
Oh,
Andy.
that's what I said, and it cost me last week.
No, it'll be all right. We'll not chuck one in this week.
And it'll
I don't
cost him this week and all, Craig.
think. Right, we'll be back on Wednesday with our reaction to the Shrewsbury game and to preview Fleetwood at the weekend as well. We'll see you later, you Reds.
You Reds.